Hi and welcome back. As the world continues to change, so does the landscape of television. And with that, the best crime TV shows of 2022 are set to be even better than what we've seen in recent years.
Take this. I'm paying you to conduct an investigation.
Just to be clear, I don't work for you.
Understood?
So without further ado, here are the best crime TV shows of 2022 that you need to keep an eye out for. Number 10. The Endgame. When international arms dealer and wrongdoer Elena Fedorova orchestrates 7 simultaneous New York City bank heists, unprincipled FBI agent Val Turner pledges to track her down. An outcast in the bureau, Val discovers that she'll need to go through clues from her own difficult past in order to unravel Elena's complex puzzles. Although it all starts out as a mystery, when Val begins to question what she believes to be true, she starts to equate her sense of justice with reality. The Endgame has a 6.7 rating in IMDb and a 83% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Get the hell out of there!
What's in motion will eclipse you, the FBI, and the government. You're going to learn a lot, Agent Turner.
Number 9. Framed, a Sicilian murder mystery. The story of Valentino Piccone and Salvatore Ficara, both of whom work repairing appliances, but whose family lives take an unexpected turn when they find themselves captured or mixed up in a murder going on. Thus begins an uncertain and dangerous adventure in which these two face all kinds of threats, not only to assert that they're innocent, but also to survive organized crime. Framed, a Sicilian murder mystery, has a 6.8 rating in IMDb.
Noi saremmo venuti per I pasticcini.
Ah, sì, certo.
Ma anche per lo scontrino.
Pasticcini?
Dei pasticcini?
Scontrino?
Number 8. The Staircase tells the story of Michael Peterson, a crime novelist accused of killing his wife Kathleen after she is found dead at the bottom of a staircase in their home. However, police suspected she fell down the stairs and beat her to death, and reconstruction made it appear to onlookers like an accident. Evidence relative to the murder was presented at the trial, thereby justifying the subsequent imprisonment of Peterson. The Staircase has a 7.2 rating in IMDb and a 56% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
They called me a liar!
Maybe we both are.
And we love each other.
Number 7. The Cleaning Lady. When Cambodian Dr. Thony De La Rosa arrives in the United States for medical treatment, in order to save her ailing son, she quickly discovers that her path won't be as straightforward as she anticipated. As the system rapidly fails her, pressuring her into hiding, she resolves not to let her weakness be deforming her moral character, and turns herself into the working center of a notorious criminal gang. Using her cleverness and intelligence, Thony forges her own path in the criminal underworld, doing whatever she has to in order to survive. The Cleaning Lady has a 7.0 rating in IMDb and a 78% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
I agreed to clean.
But this is not who I am.
Number 6. Under the Banner of Heaven. A dedicated detective who is under examination because he is investigating a crime that is believed to be connected to community fundamentalists and their lack of faith in the government. A man who is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is also known as the Mormons. Also, he is completely committed to the faith of the church and its members, until he questions everything due to an unfounded murder report. Under the Banner of Heaven has a 7.5 rating in IMDb and a 78% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Desert's floor.
Hands up right now!
This goes beyond just a murder. Beyond everything I believe.
Number 5. We Own This City. The residents of the city are demanding justice for Freddie Gray, a 25-year-old black man who was discovered that died from suspicious circumstances while in police custody. Crime is surging and homicides are on the rise. Since its population is just 600,000, this is the city's highest homicide rate in over 2 decades. facing a request from the mayor's office. As well as a federal investigation of the department attached to Gray's death, Baltimore police commanders turned to Sergeant Wayne Jenkins and his elite plainclothes unit, the Gun Trace Task Force, to do their part about getting drugs and weapons off the street. However, behind all the progress the police department was making on resolving the city's drug and gun issues, a new criminal conspiracy was unfolding. Jenkins chose to pursue this rather than simply using this opportunity to resolve the city's drug and gun crisis. We Own This City has a 7.6 rating in IMDb and a 76% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Dark Winds. Dark Winds, which is set in 1971 in the vicinity of the Navajo Nation in Monument Valley, follows the exploits of Lieutenant Joe Leafhorn of the tribal police as he struggles amid a series of puzzling crimes. Closer he digs to the murder's reality, the more he gets embroiled in their subcutaneous wounds. He is now joined on this journey with the aid of his junior, Jim Chi. Jim Chi as well has unresolved scores to address from his youth on the reservation. Together, they fight the powers of evil, each other, and their own demons on the pathway to redemption. Dark Winds has a 7.6 rating in IMDb and 84% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
I saw something last night. It was real.
Real is in the eye of the beholder.
Number 3. Powerbook IV. Force. Raisa Had Tate's narrative follows her in search of political power, though she continues her political campaign. But the ways in which Tate manages to approach and find that political power that he seeks are much less right, rather than the other way around. The more severe they are, the better they prove. Powerbook IV. Force has an 8.1 rating in IMDb and 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Welcome to Chicago, Tommy.
Number 2. Clark. The infamous crook kicked off his world-class criminal career in the mid-1960s and has amassed notoriety as one of the most controversial celebrities in contemporary Swedish history. The perpetrator has been convicted of a variety of counts of drug trafficking, attempted murder, assault, theft, and numerous other acts of property. He spent years behind bars and has left behind a terrifying trail of destruction, disillusionment, pathos, and despair. In the 1970s, actor Clark devised the notion of the Stockholm Syndrome during a botched crime in Stockholm. Ever since then, he has retained his reputation as a celebrity criminal who dupes the whole country into believing he loves them. Much like he wanted. Clark has a 7.4 rating in IMDb and a 90% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Let the party begin.
Number 1. Bosch. Legacy. Detective Harry Bosch, who has retired from the Los Angeles Police Department, is now employed as a private investigator. He is known for 2 large cases, using the desire to track down the missing heir of a dying billionaire and assisting a struggling regional police department to apprehend a serial rapist. Bosch. Legacy has a 8.5 rating in IMDb and a 94% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Still a mission for you, isn't it? Everybody counts. Nobody counts.
This is just...
Do you like this video? Check others' videos here and subscribe to be notified about our most recent videos. See you next time. Goodbye.